Hi, it's Mrs. Dommel here, and today we're going to talk about Alma Thomas, and we're going to create some art inspired by her work. Come on, I'll show you what to do. You can use a paper plate, but I'm just using a piece of paper because that's what I had. I need a pencil, and I need something to trace. That's a good sized circle. I've got some art supplies here that I'm going to use, some crayons and markers. Anything you have to color with is fine, whatever you have at home. So I'm going to go ahead and trace my pencil cup here. That's what I'm using, a pencil cup. Tracing around it with my pencil, just to make a nice circle in the middle. And what I'm going to do to that circle is color it all in with whatever color. I'm going to choose blue, just to get that center the same color. I'm going to color that in. I'm tracing it first with my crayon. I guess that's just my little technique. So I have a nice border for it. The edge is the border. And I'm going to color the inside of that. All in. Now when I color, I don't like to scribble scrabble. I like to go in one direction in small circles to fill in whatever I'm coloring. And for crayons, you can go light at first and build up the color. We don't want to go as hard as we can at first. We can just fill in over top of it like that to make a darker color. You could also blend crayons. Did you know that? Just filling in the last part of my circle, and then I'll show you what to do next. See how I'm building up the color and it's getting darker? Okay, now I'm going to go around it with some like rectangles. So I can use a marker or I can use a crayon. Let me show you the marker first, because the marker has that thick spot. You just hold the marker kind of on the edge and you can draw the shape on there. So I'm going to go all the way around my circle. I'm going to show you with marker first, and then I'm going to show you with crayon. So let me just finish up this purple marker. And I think they're just a little bit too thin for my taste, so I'm going to go back over it and just thicken them up a little bit all the way around. Did you know that Alma Thomas was an art teacher in Washington, D.C. for 38 years? And then when she retired, she began doing her art more. She had more time for her own art. Her art is known as abstract. The drawing that I'm doing right now doesn't look like a sun or a swing set or a tree. It's abstract. It doesn't look like one thing in particular. So there, I'm done filling in a little bit thicker purple, and I'm going to switch to a crayon to show you how I would use a crayon to do the same thing. So my crayons are the roll-up kind. That's just what I grabbed. So I'm going to draw a rectangle on my paper. I'm just drawing it and then filling it in, or just coloring a rectangle. And I'm going all the way around my circle doing the same thing. Moving along, drawing my rectangle and filling it in. It's kind of a curvy rectangle, isn't it? When Alma Thomas was your age, she used to look out her window for hours and enjoy the colors of nature and the sun and the movement of the leaves through the wind. It inspired her art even years later. Alma Thomas was the first African American woman with her own exhibition at the Whitney Museum in Manhattan, New York. Back when Alma Thomas was just a little child, she wasn't allowed to go into the fancy museums because of her skin color. It wasn't fair, but when she got older, she said one of the things we couldn't do was go into museums, let alone think of hanging our pictures there. My, times have changed, just look at me now. I'm sure the artist was very proud of what she had accomplished in her life. And I'm just using a blue marker to go back and do the same exact thing. And I'm just using my blue marker just to go back and curve those rectangles around the orange. And I'm going to go all the way around. All right, I have one more fact for you today about Alma Thomas. The Obamas, Michelle and Barack Obama, were great fans of the artist Alma Thomas. Several works of art by Alma Thomas made it into the White House during Obama's term in office as the president. I like learning about artists when I study their work. And I'm just finishing up the blue, and I'm just going to do one more color around, and then I'll be done. I'm going to choose green. And I'm just doing the same thing, drawing that rectangle, filling it in all the way around. Let's speed it up. And there I'm done. I went all the way around with the green, and I'm finished. Of course, you could start with a circular piece of paper. All you'd have to do is trace around a pot lid that you might have around the house, and then cut it out. But I just drew it on rectangle paper because that's what I had. Here's the finished artwork. I hope you had fun creating this Alma Thomas inspired artwork. See you next time.